Hi everyone, Rodrigo here once again for more data analysis about World Cup, and today we're gonna predict on Tableau the result between Netherlands and Ecuador. Who of them will move on to the next stage? Let's check it out. Guys, here you have my data set where I collected 20 results from Netherlands in the past. So the last past 20 matches, and then I put it some weight in these matches when this match is related to a competition, such as Euro Cup, for example. I put it the number one, or national leagues. I put it number one. When it's a match related to World Cup, okay, preliminary World Cup I consider as a World Cup as well, so I put it the number two, and without competition I put it number zero, right? So that's how I put it these weights in my data set. Also, I put it the result of the match, if Netherlands win, draw, or lost, and also I put it the retrospect from the opponent, okay, how in World Cup especially is specific on World Cup. So if the opponent won the World Cup, how many trophies, the presence, games played, wins, draws, lost, goals for, goes against, and finally the way that I already explained to you. And here I have the numbers of Ecuador that I'm gonna use in order to predict the results. We're gonna do together on Tableau right now, so I put it in another tab, another table in my Excel file. But here I have the data set to build the study. We're gonna do a regression on Tableau, right? So we're gonna create a regression on Tableau to know, in order to know how higher is the chance of Netherlands win or lost, maybe lost. Let's see. Now let's move to Tableau to continue our study. So here you can see that I already uploaded the data set. So then I will move on to sheet 1. And on sheet 1, we're gonna build our study, right? We're gonna build the regression study in order to know the chance of Netherlands win. To begin, we have just to put it the chance of win. I'm talking about this one field. So I'm just dragging this one here and drop here in the rows, okay? So here I have the number of wins from Netherlands. Then I'm gonna select another field that I want to connect this field with the chance of win. So the first one that I'm gonna use it is the goals from the opponent. Let's see if this works good. So I'm just dragging goals for here and drop on here on columns. Oh guys, if you wanna work with me and using this data set, don't worry, just send us an email. There is an email in the description of this video, marketing at drtransformaçãodigital.com.br, and with this email we can provide you this data set for free, okay? Don't worry about it. Let's continue. Now I'm gonna just put it the goals for as dimension, so click in the arrow here, then dimension, and you will see the distribution of the wins connected with goals from the opponents of Netherlands, right? So this is the line containing the distribution. Now we have just to build the study. So we have just to move on to left, click on Analytics tab, then move on to the trend line, click once, hold, and select which of these options are more connected with the picture of your distribution, right? So in my case, I think this distribution is connected better with polynomial, for example. Polynomial, sorry, I said wrong. Then you have just to move your mouse above this trend line and check the equation, okay? The equation is the first row, which means that 1 equal and then a formula, okay? Then you have to look at p value. You have to look at this number, and usually we look at for a number less than 0.05. Okay, this could be a good number because this means that this distribution, it's a linear distribution connected with this trend line. So the forecast using this equation will be better if you check the p-value. Please don't use p-values above 0.05. Okay, don't use it. Just look at for the p-value before continue. This is the most important information that you have to check before continue your study, okay, your regression study. So this one is good for us. So I can use goals for as a good predictor to know the chance, the score of Netherlands win, but I'm gonna change a little bit because I'm looking for a p-value better than 0.04. So I'm gonna change this goal for, I just remove it here, move on to the data tab, and then I'm gonna use the presence, for example, because as far as I know, when you increase your presence in some championship, you have more chance to win. That's why I'm gonna use the presence as a predictor just to check if it's better than goal for example. Then I will drag here, drop in columns, click once in the arrow, put it as dimension just to see the distribution, and Tableau, keep the trend line that you choose before. Okay, this is the polynomial, and just look at to this first impression, guys. We can see that this polynomial distribution, this trend line, is totally connected with the distribution of my data, right? So probably the p-value will be better in this case than the other. Just let's check. Oh, look at it's 0.0110, so that's better than the other. So I'm gonna use this presence, opponent presence, as a predictor, right? So click with the left side of your mouse, then move to this describe trend line, click once, and then you will see all the explanations about this equation. Okay, I will just copy this part of the equation, 1 equal, I don't use it, I will use it just the formula. Okay, then copy, then close this window and create a new measure. So I will click it here, create a calculate field, and then I will just paste the equation. Okay, when I pass the equation, I have just to change comma for dot. Okay, this is the first thing. Oh, be careful to not erase the something in the equation because you have to use it everything. So let me click it here, change for dot, this one as well. Okay, now we have just to change this information. This is the information that you have to put it in order to predict. So the presence, to know this number, I'm moving back to my data set, Ecuador table, and I will see here the number of presence, Ecuador presence on World Cup. So the number is 4. I'm moving back to Tableau, change the presence word for number 4, then change here as well, then change here as well. Okay, when I finish that, the calculation is valid. I can click in OK, and I have the calculation here. Oh, just let me rename the calculation. This is the prediction, win prediction. Okay, I have the win prediction. Let's create a new sheet on my Tableau and use this win prediction here. Okay, I have the number. The number is 2261. Okay, this is the number, the score of a chance of win from Netherlands. Okay, so before continue, let's moving back. Don't just judge and make decisions with this number only. In data analysis, we have to combine possibilities to create new propositions to understand better our data. So to explore more our data to understand better the possibilities. So I'm moving back to the sheet 1, and then I will change now the one from Netherlands to opponent, because I want to see the probability of the opponent, the score of the opponent win the game. So I have this data here, op1. So I'm gonna just change the one for this op1, and then I can see another projection, and I can see another trend line with another equation. Okay, I will click it. Oh, the p-value here, it's very good, because it's 0.00, less than 0.01, so better than the other. This p-value is more close connected with our distribution than the other. So this could be a good prediction for the possibilities to the opponent win, which in our case, Ecuador. So I will click with the right side of my mouse again, describe trend line, just copy the equation, close the window, create a new calculate field. This will be the OP win prediction. Then pass the equation. First of all, change comma for dot. Oh my gosh, what is going on? Then change the presence for the number of Ecuador presence, which means number 4. Change it here 3 times. Then, okay, now I have another calculation. I'll move on to the sheet 2, and I will put this win prediction here beside the other. Okay, let's moving back to sheet 1 to finish our project with one more study, because there are 3 possibilities of results, right? So Netherlands win, Ecuador win, or draw. So let's see. Now I'm gonna just put it the draw in instead of 1, and I will check the trend line. Okay, first of all, the p-value in this case is not a good p-value, so this is not a good predictor. I will just use the same because I'm using this study for the another two possibilities. Okay, so I'm gonna use the same because I want to use the same structure of regression for all possibilities. So click with the right button, describe trend line, the same step that we did before twice. Copy, then create a calculate field, then paste here. This will be draw prediction. Then first of all, comma for dot, and finally presence for number 4. Okay, then okay, then okay, then sheet 2, put it this number here as well. So win, Netherlands win, draw in the middle, then opponent win, Ecuador. Okay, then I will click here on show me in the right side. I will just put it as a table just to see better. And here, guys, we can see the scores. Which one is higher? Opponent win prediction. So in our study using regression polynomial, we can see that the chances of Ecuador win are higher than a draw or even Netherlands. And if we look to the draw possibility is less than Ecuador win or Netherlands win. So if you can rank at these possibilities, first one will be the Ecuador win, the second option is the Netherlands win, and final one, a draw. Okay, that's how we build regression studies on Tableau, guys. So guys, I hope you enjoy it. If you enjoy it, don't forget to subscribe. And remember, each day we are uploading videos here on YouTube related to data analysis in World Cup environment. Okay, if you like this kind of content, if you like it football, if you like data analysis, if you like it both, don't forget to subscribe and check it out our videos daily. Okay, see you tomorrow.